Now playing movie reviews in 20 Qs.
Hello, you ho-ho-hos, and welcome to the podcast Movie Reviews in 20 Qs is Christmas special. That's right, we are doing our yearly Christmas special where we take a Christmas film and sometimes belovingly question it, although I feel like we just always destroy them. We did Love Actually, that got destroyed. We did The Holiday, that got destroyed. And now we're doing A Bad Mum's Christmas, the sequel to Bad Mums, surprisingly. And joining me is, well, not a couple of bad mums, but definitely bad dads. First of which is Kahu. How are you, Kahu?
Hey, Sam. I'm doing very well. And yeah, we've had some enjoyable Christmas film reviews in the past, and I'm pretty sure it's going to be another one.
Correct. Talking about bad dads. He's the other bad dad. How are you, Matiu?
No, it's been going good. I think, we just pick crackers of films every time we do these Christmas ones.
Let's sort this out early. We threw out the idea of like, hey, why don't we do Batman Returns? Or why don't we do Home Alone? Or why don't we do one of those like real Christmas classics? We've already done Die Hard. What about Gremlins? What about an alternative one? But Matiu was like, nah, bro, let's do The Night Before or A Bad Mums or Daddy's Home 2. I was like, what is this shit?
Like all those movies are 1980s. They're about 30 years old now. In fact, you're at least 50, and you were born in the 80s.
We're talking about the accountant who put down in a news article that he was 25 years old when he was celebrating his 35th birthday. But I was really keen to do one of those, but we said fuck it. We threw it out there to you guys, our dear listeners, to answer a poll for us on Twitter. The options were Night Before, Why Him? What is it? Office Christmas Party?
Yeah, I would have much preferred doing that.
I would have much preferred that as well, but the winner was A Bad Mum's Christmas. And I feel like I've brought this upon myself because I basically said anyone that picks that is going to get a lump of coal. And so, yeah, we got the lump of coal. It got like 48% of the vote or some shit.
Yeah, I'm going to send it out to the 3 people that voted in this poll.
Well, it was the lowest voted poll we've ever had. I feel like everyone looked at it and was like, no one's seen these films. Why would you want to review them? Yeah. Here's the answer. This fucking jackass.
I think just everybody hates Christmas. That's why they didn't vote.
Yeah, guilty as charged. Fuck Christmas. Anyway, on to the movie. Yep. A Bad Mum's Christmas came out in 2017. It was pretty much the rush sequel that came out a year after A Bad Mum's in 2016. Has a 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb. Has a 32% on Rotten Tomatoes. Stars from the original film Mila Kunis as Amy, Kristen Bell as Kiki, Kathryn Hahn as Carla, and then Cheryl Hines plays Kiki's mum Sandy, Christine Baranski plays Amy's mum Ruth, and Peter Gallagher plays Amy's dad, Hank. We've also got Susan Sarandon as Carla's mum Isis, Jay Hernandez playing Jesse, who's Mila Kunis' character's boyfriend, partner, whatever. Justin Hartley as Ty Swindell, and Peter Gallagher as Hank. I've got him in here twice. What the fuck? That's pretty much the pertinent details. If you're not planning on watching this film, why would you? Much is going to hit you with a plot. So, what happened, bro? What happened? What happened in the film Bad Mums Christmas?
So this is a really classic tale about how difficult it is to be a parent on Christmas. They've got 3 mums, and it's just a hard Christmas every year, and they decide this year's the year they're going to take Christmas back. In fact, they're not going to uphold the previous traditions, but a spanner gets thrown in the works when all of their mums surprisingly all arrive on the very same day, according to the sequence in this film. Or was it one day after the other?
No, pretty much the same day. Yeah, you got it, yeah.
The same day, and just derail all their plans, and they end up squabbling with their mums right up until Christmas Day.
Moms on moms.
Mums on bad mums and bad mums.
Well, like Stacey pointed out, this shouldn't be called A Bad Mum's Christmas. This should be called A Bad Grandma's Christmas. Or Bad Grandmas. Because, like, they are the bad people in this film. Like, the bad mums are actually, like, quite responsible.
They're out there, like, shaking their booty in Santa's face and getting drunk through the mall. Have you ever done that? I mean, I've done some shitty things
shaking
in my life.
booty in Santa's face?
I've done some shitty things in my life, and that's up there, eh?
But you're forgetting, like,
he
one of the
was into it, though. Santa was into it.
Oh, Santa was definitely into it.
You would be.
Yeah,
I might have an answer to a later question about that, about what would happen if Kristen Bell, Mila Kunis, and Kathryn Hahn came shaking all over you and slapping each other on the ass. Yeah, okay. Yep, yeah, you're probably going to have the same answer as me.
Hey, girls, tidy yourselves up, eh?
Pull yourselves together here, girls.
Jeepers.
Lady bloody muck. Anyway, if you haven't heard this podcast before, usual story that we run through on every episode is that we review a movie by asking 20 weird and wonderful questions about it. We start with 10 that can be applied to any film. We then move into 3 personal questions. that we thought of while watching this film, and then we finish on a listener question sometimes. Not this week. Not this week, because we are going to finish with a very special shout out to a very special person who I messaged about this film, and she messaged back and basically asked a question about this film that I had been thinking of the entire time while watching this film, that Matiu has apparently been thinking of the entire time of this film. So we're going to finish on that person's question. But let's get into it. The one we start with, compliment sandwich. One thing good, one thing bad, and one thing good. If we're going to give this a score over 5,000 Christmas decorations, if we're going to give it a score under 5,000 Christmas decorations, we give it a shit sandwich, which is one thing bad, one thing good, and one thing bad. Kahu, you're up.
I'm up. First up to the plate. A bad thing.
Merry Cuntmas.
It's just not that funny. Like, I'm just going to put it out there straight off the bat. It's just, I felt as if I was trying to laugh at things. The laughs just didn't come naturally. There wasn't.
What bits did you laugh at? That's what I'm interested to know.
Well, yeah, that goes into a good thing. There's a scene in this movie where the three mums, Amy, Kiki, and Carla, sitting around at, I don't know, some school thing maybe, and they're making gingerbread men. And Catherine Hahn, who actually has all the best one-liners in this movie, says a couple of things, and it looks like Mila Kunis is genuinely cracking up. Like just kind of an impromptu laughs thing.
You know, the best part about this is I've got no idea what scene you're talking about.
Yeah.
I watched this movie a week ago and I'm like,
I watched this movie yesterday and I'm like...
It's the one where instead of making a gingerbread man, Carla makes a gingerbread cock.
Ah, yes.
Yeah.
I still don't remember.
Yeah.
I just don't remember the funny part.
No, I'm struggling. Yeah, continue.
And unfortunately, my second bad thing...
Ooh, shit sandwich.
Yes, it's a shit sandwich. Is kind of the transition from the second act to the third act, where Amy kicks her mum Ruth out of the house, but that's all resolved in like pretty much the next two scenes. Like it just all happens way too quick. And at the beginning of the film, where it shows kind of the after, and then it goes back to working it through the timeline, and there's a camel walking through a house, it makes it seem like there's been this massive thing go on. But basically all that happens is that Ruth and Amy fight about the Christmas tree and it knocks stuff over.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just, the plot was all kind of jumpy and all over the point of that place, and it felt like they were trying to wrap it up too soon, which I was happy about, to be honest, but for the structure of the movie, it didn't really work.
Is a score out of 10,000 decorations?
See, for Christmas movies, I set the bar pretty low, and this is even worse. On a Christmas movie sale, there is no way I would willingly rewatch this, so I've gone for 3,000 Lady Foot Locker Christmas decorations.
Just a flat 3,000.
Just a flat 3,000.
I am
just
surprised.
like this movie.
What about you, Matiu? On to you.
All right. Well, my first good thing is I like the three main leads. They're not Hollywood A-listers, but I reckon they're probably Hollywood comedy A-listers. Like you wouldn't find, they're all really great. That was cool. And I suppose my first bad thing is some of the stuff is just fantasy land, eh? We're gonna rob Lady Foot Locker. We're gonna steal the tree, and we're gonna outrun legitimate sports people out of the store. Eh? Have you ever been to Foot Locker? Those guys are genuine athletes.
Yeah.
No,
running around the mall, not drawing attention to yourself by getting people in the mall drunk with a bottle of spirits that you brought in to have shots.
Yep.
And then got seen by the staff and outran them.
With a tree between you.
Yeah.
And quite easily put that in your school van.
Yeah.
Those security guards, though, I don't know if they were genuine athletes.
No, the
they look
security
pretty.
guards, no, but
Foot Locker staff would have mowed them down. Yeah.
And you just don't get out of malls with a tree. You just don't. You're going to get drop kicked by, I don't know, people, either the staff or... I'm not an expert shoplifter, air quotes. And I guess my last shit thing...
Yay! Shit sandwich.
It's like Kahu. This ain't funny.
Yeah.
I mean, probably apart from a Wanda in the counselling service telling her that, the one that fucked up her mother was you, motherfucker.
Yeah, that was quite
That
good.
was my favourite part. And after that was like, oh, that's actually funny.
Score at 10,000?
Yeah, it's a 4,000 on the nose.
Oh, yeah? Okay. I'm just going to come out and split the difference. I'm going to go for 3.5. And you guys have pretty much said everything I was going to say, which is like, first the bad thing, no one seems like they've like shown up on this. None of the script writers don't seem like they give a shit. The director doesn't seem to give a shit. Like, no one really seems to give a fuck about what's happening in this film. Feels like no one cares about this film. I really enjoyed the first movie. I really enjoyed it. It felt like everyone involved was just like, hey, we're making something unique and fun and cool. And this just felt like, that was a surprise hit. Let's try and cash in and do another one.
Yeah. And they did. And this movie came out, what, like
literally a
15
year.
months or something afterwards. So
Yeah.
were they just filming this? Is this the shit parts of the film that they
Yeah,
did? And they mashed it all together and thought, fuck, maybe we'll double up on their revenue because this one was like a, I don't know, semi-successful box office hit.
Yeah,
And
shit.
the best acting in this was when they were just like, what the fuck? They say this all the time, mate. They're just like, what the fuck? That is
The little
only
girl
part
too, the little girl. No, I agree with you. I do feel that Susan Sarandon was actually hitchhiking in a truck and she was like, shit, they're filming a movie, let me out.
I'm in a movie set. What do you want me to play? You're ISIS. Oh,
Yeah.
cool. Oh, yeah, look, I've always really, wanted to do some sort of like Middle Eastern war film. I really want to be ISIS.
Yeah.
Like, no, well, you're the mum ISIS.
Yeah.
I'm the fucking what? I better make a joke about that. So I'm ISIS, like the terrorist organization. And then my final good thing, there was parts which I laughed at.
Yeah.
There was like a
Catherine Hahn.
But this, it's like if you were getting kicked in the balls for an hour and a half, and then for about 20 seconds they stopped, you'd be like, oh, this is all right. And then they went back to kicking in the balls. That's what this is like.
It's an apt description at the end there.
That's what it felt like. Yeah, 3,500. Fuck it. Question number 2 is a Patreon question. Comes courtesy of the amazing man that is Dan Brennick of the Netflix and Swill podcast. Podcast is all things Netflix related. You guys know Dan. He was on Holiday, which was better film than this. What is it? What is it there, Kahu?
MVP Jesse.
Do you want to ask the question, or do you want to just roll into the answer? Is it-
Oh, okay.
Welcome
Jesse,
to-
what's the
No,
question?
thanks, Dan.
Yeah.
Thanks, Dan.
Sunday, what day is Father's Day?
Welcome to Jeopardy Reviews in 20 Qs.
Oh, shit. Fuck you guys.
So Dan's question is, who's the MVP of this movie? You're saying Jesse? Why Jesse? For $400.
Because he just has to put up with so much shit from Amy's mum, Ruth. I mean, if she calls him by different names, that's kind of progress. She doesn't even remember meeting him at some points.
Yeah, at a lot of points. It just
Yeah,
racially
yeah.
profiles him from the second she meets him.
I'm like, poor guy, but he's cheerful about the whole thing. He has a smile on his face. He's like, sweet,
Yeah.
I'll just roll with the punches.
That's a very good point. What
Yeah.
about you, Matiu?
I had Santa number 1. What a legend. Santa number 1. As soon as I saw Santa number 1, I was like, that dude's having a good time. He was like, oh, who is this dude? And he
Yeah,
gets
he's
his
just
kid off
like-
first, and they're just like, boo, and he's grabbing his tits. Like this.
Yeah, you don't give a shit, eh?
Yeah, he's like, man, I haven't had this
Squeezy,
much female
squeeze.
attention ever.
Yeah.
He's saving this movie. He's stealing
Yeah.
the scene.
He was stealing the scene. And the other one that was stealing the scene that I had as the MVP of this film is the therapist. Wanda Sykes'
Oh,
character.
yeah.
Like, she just blows in, and like, I'm pretty sure she's in the first one, but
Yeah,
like,
she is.
Christina Applegate has a cameo. She was in the first film. She came into this almost forgettable, but like Wanda Sykes comes in and like is just like there for like one of the most awkward scenes ever, where it's just like Cheryl Hines playing Kiki, which is Kristen Bell's character's mum, and they're just like she's just so hard out into her and all this other stuff, and then she's like, "Is this normal?" And she's like, "There's no such thing as normal really here," and she's just shaking her head at her like, "No." and,
Yeah.
and, like I love Wanda Sykes. She's awesome in Curb Your Enthusiasm, but she also has just that immortal line of just like, like, why is my mum like this? Is like, because of you, motherfucker. Like, she gets this whole talk about your mum was probably normal, and then she had you, and then she had 6 months of not sleeping, and then she got a little bit crazier, and then as you got older, you started teething, and then she got a little bit crazier even more, and then it just keeps going on and on. So when you're in here asking me why she's crazy, it's because of you, motherfucker. I was like, yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, that is pretty good. That was my answer.
That was the part where they stopped kicking you in the balls, eh?
That was it.
Oh, so Zach, moving on to question number 3.
No, you've got to answer it. You're not allowed to ask the question, bro. There's new rules. Also,
The
Patreon-
doors.
Yeah.
I know.
Also, a Patreon question comes courtesy of the amazing man, there's Chris Yini, Highway to Hell. And I would have had to play when they're driving the tree home and they're going to see their mums.
Okay, so question number 3. What song would you have inserted into this film and where?
There's a scene in which they start playing dodgeball against each other, and it comes down to Amy and her mum, and then Amy basically scones her mum right in the
Groinal.
groinal region.
Groinal region.
And so groinal region. There's such a thing. Sure, why not?
Let's just make words up, eh?
Yeah. And I would have had Miley Cyrus's Wrecking Ball playing at that point.
Yeah.
Came in like a wrecking ball.
I'm going back to the Sexy Santa show when Ty Swindell's going at it.
Road to
And-
Nowhere, Talking Heads.
Oh, it's close. I did
Highway
think,
to the Danger Zone.
I did think pretty seriously about that, but I've gone with Genuine, Riding My Pony.
Oh, yes.
Because I think actually when ISIS is up there at one point, I'm pretty sure that's actually what he's doing. Which is just, that whole thing's so wrong.
She's more of a mare than a pony, but yeah, I can see what you're saying.
Okay, I had when Sandy was in the room watching her daughter having sex with her partner, and I had the song "Devil Inside." You know the. Here comes a woman, look in her eyes.
Oh, no.
Is that my mum?
Great answer, Matiu. No way we can top that, which is good. We'll move over to question number 4, which is also a Patreon question. Comes courtesy the amazing man is Dave Baker. Dave has his own Patreon as well at patreon.com/yourfavorite. On it, he posts a ton of awesome content ranging from pro samples to curated YouTube recommendations, YouTube video essays, and written essays on Medium. And what would Dave like to know? There's Sam, me. I'm asking the questions. Which 2 characters would you guys want with you at your house party?
One has got to be Carla. She's always up for a good time.
Catherine Hahn? Yep.
Catherine Hahn.
Oh, yeah,
She steals this movie.
she's down for a good time.
And the other one is going to be Eyebrows Hank.
Eyebrows Hank!
I reckon
Ooh.
without Ruth kind of pulling the strings on him, I reckon it'd get a bit loose, eh?
I reckon he'd get a bit loose. He's
Yeah,
also
yeah.
loaded, apparently.
Yeah, that's
Is
true.
he loaded?
Oh, someone's loaded.
Yeah, there's
Someone's
loaded. That's
like
for sure.
loaded and loose with their money, bro.
Yeah.
This is like Machiu's wet dream is someone loaded and loose with their money.
Maybe I need to be Hank. I can
Yeah,
Hank.
here, much. Have an iPhone.
Got some big eyebrows as well.
Yes.
I went a bit off my new normal tack. I took Santa number 2, the Ty Swindell.
Ty Swindell.
Ty Swindell.
Because, he doesn't like using his words. He just likes to throw it down and dance.
Yeah,
So you want a guy there with a road cone that's waxed? Is that what you're asking?
It's impressive, eh? It was just like, wow.
It's a good party trick. It makes you disappointing for every other woman there.
Yeah. Oh, whatever. He can only, satisfy at least 99% of the room. It'll be that 1% he can't satisfy, surely.
That's true.
I hope so. And then I think Christina Applegate. Like, I just love a bitch that takes the piss out of every other girl in the room. Hey, that's just so funny. So, yeah.
We found your fetish, eh? We found Machiu's fetish.
That was hilarious. I like it how she just takes it. Even though it's her mate, turns up with what looks like a broken dick on her face. But
Christina Applegate as well. She's a breath of fresh air.
yeah.
But how can you look past Mila Kunis? Pretty easily, because she's pretty fucking boring in this film. Pretty annoying.
Damn you, Family Guy, making Meg out to be the worst one.
Yeah, exactly. Kristen Bell, like, she knows how to party, but at the same time, she's Kristen Bell in this film, which is like Kiki or whatever. She's like really annoying and uptight. I mean, who cares if your mum watches you have sex? I mean, it's not that big a deal.
You got to learn from someone, eh?
Yeah. It was pretty gross. Jesus Christ, Mitch. Anyway, so the list starts getting shorter and shorter to the point that I'm like, yeah, Catherine Hahn, Carla, she's there. She knows how to party. She's pretty awesome. And then I went for Susan Sarandon. She's got some stories.
Yeah.
She was a roadie for REO Speedwagon for 15 years.
Yeah.
She's seen some shit. She knows how to get down. She thinks it's Easter when it's Christmas. She's pretty cool.
We've all overlooked the obvious, though. Ruth, like, man, she could throw a party. Holy.
Yeah, but would you want her there, though?
Yeah, you get Kenny G.
Hey, we've got a question about this coming up pretty soon. That is true. Ruth doesn't live in the town, yet she can get 186 people at her party, as well as
Kenny G.
Kenny G. He's going pretty cheap nowadays, apparently.
God of jazz.
Yeah. Anywho, question 5, also a Patreon question, comes courtesy of the amazing man that is Julio of the Contrarians podcast. Contrarians is pretty fucking awesome. In fact, they have an episode on Howard the Duck coming up that yours truly is starring on. We had a great time at ripping apart what is the original Marvel Cinematic Universe film. In some people's eyes. Not my eyes. That film fucking sucks. Anyway, what's the question there, Kahu?
Thanks, Julio. Question 5. What's your most controversial opinion about this film, Sam?
My controversial opinion, I reckon Mila Kunis is the villain of this film.
Oof.
Well, we've talked about it. She stole a tree. You know, like her mum's come to see her for Christmas, that she never sees her mum. Mum's got plans and stuff that she wants to do. She just ruins all of those plans. In fact, I started looking at the other girls. I reckon they're all villains in this film.
Do you reckon?
Kiki? What does she do?
Well, her mum is like clearly sad and depressed and never sees her. Dad's died, and
No,
then
she sees it every night in her room having sex with her partner.
yeah.
She sees it all
When
the
she
time.
shows up, she does. But then when she's like, "Hey, I wanted to buy the house next year and just be part of your life," she's like, "Get away from me."
I thought Mila Kunis's character's kids were way too quick to take the grandmother's side when she kicked them out.
Oh yeah.
When she kicked her out, yeah.
Hey, come on, man! If you're getting free iPads and shit like
Yeah.
that, whose side are you going to take?
Have an iPhone. Yeah, well, that's true. Kids easily bought.
Yeah,
What
goddamn money pits.
Yeah. That's controversial. My most controversial opinion is that this is one of the hardest films I've had to talk about without sounding like a chauvinistic pig.
Which is amazing because we've watched.
Yeah, that is.
Quite a few films.
Because this is the film where you go, it's all girls and they're not funny. Like there's a good fun, like all these girls, like Mila Kunis is funny. She's hilarious in Family Guy. Not in this. This. She's not funny.
Well, they were amazing in the last film.
Yeah. I don't know. This is just not fun. Maybe it's too hard. Like we just need to think about it, like how bad Will Ferrell has become, or how bad Adam Sandler has always been.
Oh Jesus, yeah. Well, the thing is, like, it's obviously a tough line to walk, but at the same time, the 3 main leads are female, and then the 3 like supporting leads or whatever are females, and it's hard. Like, there's no guys in this film that are trying to be funny.
Yeah,
like Jesse's trying to be a supportive boyfriend who gets shit on, and then Hank's the husband that's just like a cockholded husband. He's that's all he is. That's all he is.
Gets shat on.
But
There's not a single male character.
about.
Like Ty Swindell is the only other character in this that's trying to be funny in some scenes.
I like that about this film. I like it how the male characters take a back seat role, and it's normal for female characters to do that. But at the same time, the female characters don't take control of this film and make it into a decent film.
I feel like they're trying to do the best with what they've got, but again, I just feel like this film was rushed. Like it's just missing something. It's like it legitimately feels like a rush film. Like if you watch the film that's had to speed up its shooting schedule, and you can tell they haven't gone for as many takes as they would have liked. You could tell they were like, okay, we need to do this thing. Okay, we need to do this thing. No one's getting into character. No one's like being prepared or anything like that. It's like I don't know, like just a cornucopia of problems.
A concord of issues.
Yeah, a confluence of compromising cornucopia of creative issues.
Yeah, I'm sort of the same opinion. The male characters in this are all pretty lame. And I mean, I get it. It's called Bad Moms Christmas, so it's all about the moms. But yeah,
I love how we're calling it moms because that's like the American
moms,
spelling.
Yeah, what's with that? Like, it's mums, Americans. It's mums.
Yeah,
but you do you.
They are definitely doing themselves at the moment.
Yeah. To the point where when Ty Swindell and Carla meet in the what do you call that place? The salon.
Beauty salon, yeah.
Yeah. And they're saying they have this big connection, but Carla just objectifies him the whole movie.
Yes.
She calls him Ty Swindell like he's a power drill or something.
Yeah. I think he probably is he's more of a jackhammer than a power drill.
Yeah.
Like
She's like,
jackhammer
hey,
is probably
Ty
understated
Swindell.
in it.
Put a baby in
Hydraulic
me.
press.
Yeah. He's just a
Deep sea drilling machine.
Yeah. He's a
Yeah,
two-name
offshore
object,
rig.
that guy. Yeah. With the winning smile and
That's what they took to the moon in
Armageddon. I was just thinking that. He's what Bruce Willis blew up at the end.
he's just a winning smile with no body here.
True.
One of the questions should have been, do you reckon you could have sat in that chair and smiled when you got your nuts
Oh,
waxed?
no.
Oh, mate. Yeah.
No. Here's the bonus question. No. Anywho, moves over to question number 6. Also a Patreon question. This question comes courtesy of the amazing woman that is Emily Higgins of the Tasteless podcast in which she takes a film that's universally beloved and then compares it to a film of a similar ilk that she thinks doesn't get the love it deserves. But from messaging her about this film, I don't think this film will be featuring on any of her lists coming up, and thank God for that. Anyway, what's your question there, Matiu?
What side character would have made the best spin-off movie?
Yeah, I was going to go Wanda Sykes again, but then I reckon Tyson Dell. I reckon he would have had a good story. The Adventures of the Stripper. He's going cross town. He's meeting all these women and cross country and
Would have less words in a Arnold Schwarzenegger movie. Hey,
Yeah.
The language of love everywhere he goes.
Interpretive
True.
dance. Yeah.
You might see it on Pornhub or
glad that neither of you guys have pointed out that I want to see a male stripper movie.
Well, I don't know if you're surprised, but Bad Mums is apparently on the way.
What?
So actually,
How could they have done this and then thought, let's make another one?
well, follow their trip to Vegas, I guess. So
Oh, God.
with COVID and all of that, who knows if that's going to actually happen? But there you go.
That sounds like the worst movie I'm never going to watch.
It does sound pretty bad. Like, yeah, Kiki's mum. I don't. Yeah.
And what will
Although, let's think here. Would you rather see a sequel to The Moms, or would you rather see a sequel about the grandmoms? Like, I'd probably rather watch a film with Cheryl Hines, Susan Sarandon, and Christine Baranski in Vegas than I would Bad Mums 3 or whatever. Like I just feel like Amy, Mila Kunis, Kristen Bell, and Catherine Hahn's character have no further direction, and I think this movie was proof of that. They had nothing for them to do.
Yeah.
It's like they broke bad in the first film, and then they're not being bad mums. They have one scene where they lose their shit, and then the rest of the time they're just moaning.
Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Enough said about that shit movie, eh?
Yeah.
We just cut it down. That's 20 questions,
Yeah,
guys.
Let's just do it the Kahu style, where we answer the next 13 questions. We're asking the questions. Okay, Kristen Bell. Okay, next answer, Hank. Okay, the bit where he gets his balls waxed. Okay, next answer. Probably the time that I got beaten up by those kids outside the school. Next question. And we're done. Thank you everyone for joining us. Merry Christmas. Thank you for sticking with us this year. I know it's been a hard year without new films coming out very much, so we really appreciate you guys' support. If you guys would like to.
And I had Santa number 1 because that's the only part that I thought, that'll be crack up.
So you also want to see a stripping movie?
Yeah, male stripper, but a fat male stripper, you know?
Yeah.
Oh, that's my
Riding my pony.
Yeah.
Bitches that take the piss out of their friends and fat male strippers. Yeah.
Wow.
I'd like to point out that me and Matiu could probably play quite a good pair of fat male strippers. At this point in time, we're definitely padding up for Christmas.
Definitely had a few boos when I take my shirt off.
I should really stop following you around.
Get out of my bedroom, by the way.
Oh, I can't help
Give me back
myself.
my key.
Yeah. Anywho, let's move on to the next question. Question number 7. Which 2 characters from this film are the other 2 podcasters' spirit animals? Oh, god damn it, I'm answering last. I was supposed to go first.
So Sam is Kiki.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah.
Why is
Cool.
he
Don't even have to explain.
He just
Awesome.
he's a moaner, eh?
Yeah.
Fucking, you hear him moaning in his podcast, you know.
And Matiu, I've just gone with Kenny G.
Oh, nice.
What?
No one.
There's so many options. You've gone with Kenny G.
Sure.
Thanks,
Just
Kahu.
chucked
Thanks,
it on the dartboard.
Sam, I have you as Sandy, because obviously, like you said before, you've been in my bedroom watching me have sex like Sandy's mum, but hey.
What? What are these stories?
That was a joke before. I changed my answer.
Sitting quietly in the corner.
Well, no one saw me.
Now I can't even go to sleep without the light on now to make sure Sam's not in the room. And Kahu, I had you as Jesse's daughter because of all that when you've stayed at Sam's house and talked about him and Stacey having their fights. And she's banging the wall saying, "Oh my fucking God.
Yeah.
Are you guys fighting again, Sam? Oh, we were doing something."
The difference being, though, that Kahu's like, I heard you guys like having a fight last night. What happened? He's like, Stacey went, "Oh my fucking God. Did you eat a whole bucket of KFC in here?" Guilty.
Just not as worldly as you guys.
This is another bag, a giant black bag of popcorn. Yes. I'm going to eat the whole thing.
Yeah, so for me, like, okay, Peter Gallagher's character in this film, right? Hank. He's basically this like guy that goes along with everything that his wife says, doesn't really have an opinion for himself, he's quite quiet, all that sort of stuff. And I'm not going to name which one of these two podcasters I think that is assigned to. But Matiu, for you, I had Catherine Hahn as your one, bro.
Catherine Hahn. Do I give away shitty birthday presents, or do I wax people's balls for a living?
I think if there's anybody I know that would start hitting on their client while they're waxing their nuts, it would be you, bro.
I'll take it on the chin.
Literally, eh?
Take something on the chin.
Anywho, moves us over to question number 8. Also a Patreon question, comes courtesy of the amazing man that is Nikolis Haskins of Mr. Nikolai's Kitchen. I'll have a link down in the show notes of his new cooking podcast. What's his question there, Kahu?
Question 8. How could this movie be rewritten into a Shakespearean comedy or tragedy, Matiu?
Imagine if it was a comedy, eh, boys?
Well, it's definitely a tragedy. It writes itself into a tragedy. And
how tragic it is we watch this.
And if you could write it into a comedy, then fuck, you're worth a bit of money.
Yeah.
So don't ask me, because I can't fucking figure out how to save this film.
Seems like we were all on the same theme there.
Yeah.
But this movie did make a lot of money. On the budget.
I didn't look at the technical details.
I read it made something like 80 million off a 20 million budget. Ridiculous.
That's insane. That is absolutely insane. Imagine if Kristen Bell's mum actually did have heart cancer. She kept saying to her in the therapy or whatever, and then she's because my heart's breaking, all that sort of shit. Like, imagine if that was literally the end of this film. But she was like, I wasn't lying. I actually do have cancer. I've got like a week to live, and you've just ruined my life by being mean to me the entire time.
Didn't know the exact type of cancer, but it's this one.
Yeah, it's this one.
Well, what happened? They fast forward to the end, like years in the future, and Amy really did kick her mum out forever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There we go. I suppose that's a tragedy.
Yeah, I just thought...
Imagine if this movie was 3 hours long, we'd watched it.
Imagine if there's a sequel.
Shit.
There was.
Kahu's ruined Christmas.
That was a joke that turned into a tragedy.
Yeah. Question number 9, fan favourite. What is there, Matiu?
What quote from this film would be the worst thing to hear just after you finish having sex?
Pretty much everything Catherine Hahn says in this film could be probably some of the worst things that you hear after sex. Such as, slight sting on your nutsack when she's waxing old Ty Swindell. But the one I'm going to go for is the one where she looks at Kiki, Kristen Bell's character, and basically says, every time I think I am the weird one in this group, implying there's a group of us in that room, you open your mouth. And then I'm like, I'm doing great. I don't want to hear that.
Yeah, following on from that same scene, I've got another one, and Kristen Hahn's making her gingerbread man, but it's not a gingerbread man, it's actually a gingerbread cock. And as she holds it up, it falls to bits, and so she says, "Broke my cock." You really don't want to be hearing that.
No.
And following on with one of my answers earlier, when Christina Applegate says, when Amy comes to the door and she says, was she just wearing a broken dick on her nose? Like, I don't want to hear that after.
Fair enough.
Boots.
Well, a couple of my, like, we've already mentioned it before, but like Wanda Sykes' your mum was probably pretty normal before she had you.
Yeah.
That was up there. And put a baby in me, Santa number 2.
Yeah.
Again, Catherine Hahn, what a legend. Question number 10 is, what was the biggest dick move of the movie?
Oh, it's just got to be Ruth holding that Christmas Eve party.
That was up there. That was legitimately one of my things.
When she had been told not to, that they were just going to have a nice, easy Christmas, and she went and held it anyway in her daughter's house.
Like just throwing a party at your daughter's house with 186 people and you completely decorate the shit out of it and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah.
I imagine coming home to that.
Yeah, and Amy was just too easy to forgive her after that, I thought.
Yeah.
Mm.
There was a few. There were, all of the mums had really big dick moves during this film, like Ruth making Amy wear a broken dick on her nose, or Susan Sarandon licking her daughter's boyfriend's nipples, or watching your kids have sex. But I'm going up there with watching your daughter have sex, eh?
That's pretty weird.
That's the biggest dick move in my...
and what about going to 5 hours of original Nutcracker.
I'd go to 5 hours of original Nutcracker and then having my partner's mum watch me have sex with her daughter. That'd be awful.
True.
Is it
5 hours though?
5 hours? Yeah. All right, I actually had that down as like a dick move. Like, was it a dick move to just bail on that? You know, like after the mums organised tickets and all that sort of stuff. But
Nah.
the
best thing about that scene though was old meek Hank in the back seat.
Yeah.
When they turned the corner, he was like, "Yes."
Yeah, you guys have pretty much gone over all the stuff that I had. My only other one was kind of the joke answer, which is not finishing Santa off. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, that is the biggest dick move.
yeah, it is the biggest dick move. Like, imagine being Santa, you're sitting there, you're chilling out, you're having all these photos of kids and stuff, and then Kristen Bell, Mila Kunis, and Catherine Hahn come in and just start going ballistic all over top of you, and you're just sitting there going...
It just escalates. Hey, at one point, I think it's Kristen Bell. She's laying across his lap. It's
Yeah.
working.
Yeah, twerking. Like they were twerking over each other, slapping each other on the ass and shit, looking like they're like making out stuff like that. And look, I get it. Santa only comes once a year, but come on, man, like make it twice in this case. The poor fella.
Oh, how dark with a cameraman in that scene. They were just like,
Yeah,
I'm kind of shocked, but wanting to be a part of this.
yeah. I'm very jealous. I'm insanely jealous of Santa and his massive sack right now. Anywho, moves us over to our personal questions. Kahu, you're first. What do you got?
Yeah, I'm first up, and my first
Yes.
question, and it's gonna go straight to you, Sam.
I've already answered it.
Yes, then we'll go straight to Matiu.
Yes. Okay, what's your next question
It's
there, Kahu?
agreed. It then is agreed that KFC is actually an appropriate Christmas dinner.
But
Thanks,
I want to know
guys.
why it's not like on like a staple on like just every night.
Yeah, well, that's my game plan. But yeah, I mean, for our foreign listeners, I mean, we've talked about this before. KFC is an incredibly huge part of New Zealand culture to the point now that it is open on Christmas Day. And it's been open on Christmas Day for quite some time. And people in New Zealand go and get KFC as like a Christmas dinner or something like that.
I mean, it's very cost effective.
It's incredibly cost effective. And if you're feeding a large family and all that sort of shit, it's pretty easy. Rather than spending, I don't know, $100 on a turkey, you could, because we don't like breed them all year round here, and they're like just, you know, like it's very rare to have turkey meat in New Zealand. That's another thing for our
In the
international
film, they have a big Chinese dinner, but I think in New Zealand we have KFC dinner.
Yeah.
Yeah,
normal.
yeah.
And it's appropriate, by the way.
And if you're like me and you end up working on Christmas Eve and then the workday finishes and you're like, shit, it's Christmas Day tomorrow. What are we going to eat?
Yeah,
KFC.
exactly.
Let's go. Yeah, right. My second question. Just why does Hank put up with Ruth?
Because she's fucking rich. That's why.
That's what I reckon as well, eh? Even then, I reckon
so
there's
much money. Her mum tells her off for wearing open-toed sandals on a yacht.
Yeah.
She's got some money, this girl.
Oh, yeah.
She must.
Perceptive.
Yeah, she must be. Yeah, no, that's a great answer. I had that down as well. Either that, or I reckon that she's carrying his balls around in her purse, and he really wants his balls back. But she's got his balls.
Yeah.
He has to do whatever she says, or he's
I've
never
lost
getting
my
his balls.
marbles. No, just your balls.
Yeah, just your balls.
Yeah, do you reckon he actually does iron her pajamas every night?
Probably.
Yeah, shit.
He seems massively whipped.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's probably another reason. She can stick her whole hand in her mouth.
Yeah, it's true.
Do you reckon it's her own money she's earned or it's family
No,
money?
it's got to be family money.
Yeah.
It seems like if you're talking
Yeah,
about yachts and boat
she's got
shoes and stuff
that
like
way
that,
of talking, eh?
yeah, just
Yeah.
real stuck-up white sort of
Yeah.
wasp, as they call them in America.
Yeah.
White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. Sort of,
Yeah.
She's definitely that. And poor old Kank. I mean, poor old Hahu. I mean, fuck. What's his name again?
Hahu.
Didn't.
I really shouldn't laugh at that, but I'm kind of laughing at Matiu being late to the party on that joke.
I was like, oh.
How did he not get it after Kank? Poor Kank. I mean, Hahu. I mean, how's those berbers going, Mitchie?
So good. Jeebus. At least a good 8 seconds there, but hey, got it in the end. That's the most important thing.
Sweet as. What's your next question there, Kahu?
Ripping through them here. My final question.
Cornucopia.
Yeah.
Cornucopia of Hahus.
Question 13. Carla's son, Jackson, is pretty stupid to the point where he doesn't realise that his mum is just giving him gifts she's already given him for Christmas. So just how stupid did Jackson's dad have to be?
No, he's the smart one. He's not there.
Nice.
That's a good point. He's never really explained or like discussed this. Oh, I don't know. I didn't pay enough attention. I don't even know why I'm asking this question. I don't care. Bloody film. But I mean, if you told me that she one night got really smashed and then broke into like a science lab and then extracted some sperm DNA from prehistoric Neanderthal man, and that's what his dad is, I'd be like, yeah okay. That's pretty funny.
Yeah.
That's pretty like, oh, let's put in character, we got a real fucking smash one night, and sure. On to my questions. Rather than like, what mum would you like to friend? What mum would you like to not friend? As in, which of the girls' mums would you least like to spend the holidays with?
Oh, Sandy. Sandy's the worst.
Which is Kristen Bell's mum that watches them have sex?
Yeah, just for that reason. I mean, I said it over and over again, but
it's pretty unforgivable.
And also like, Miss Guilt Trip over there. Like, if you don't want to hang out with her, suddenly she's got cancer or hepatitis or fucking coronavirus. Who knows? She's got them all.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, it's the choice between clingy, missing, or controlling. And, if it's missing, you haven't seen it much anyway, so that's all good. And then, clingy is just way worse than controlling.
Yeah, but I like being controlled, especially with someone with heaps of money. Like, I could easily be Kahu. Can I be Mahu?
She never gives.
Hank.
Kahu.
Mank. I want to be Mank.
You want to be Mank?
She never
I want to hand him my balls and iron pajamas all night.
She never gives any gifts to her daughter, though. It's always to the grandkids.
It's always to the kids.
Yeah.
Well, you can sneak into their room and rob them, I guess.
He just goes to all these parties and holy shit.
Just hangs out, gets drunk, has a good time.
He's just had to carry the bags. That's all my job is. If that's my job, man, sign me up.
I think hanging out with Susan Sarandon would probably be the funnest one out of all of them.
Yeah.
She's up for a good time.
Fuck
But
off.
not a long
Comparatively to
Did
the
we
other
asking
two.
you for money all the time? That'd be the last thing I want.
Oh, yeah, Machu wouldn't like that.
Oh, true. We have struck a nerve there with much.
I don't have any more money left. You bastard. You've been working all week. Yeah, I have. Are you making money? No, none.
Next question. They obviously have quite a bunch of unique family traditions, such as going to see the Nutcracker and then going caroling. What about you guys? Do you have any unique family traditions you guys do at Christmas?
We usually are rid of our Christmas tree by Christmas Day afternoon.
Really?
Yeah.
You have a communal bonfire and you
No, Sarah just chucks it out the
cook
door.
the youngest tapsel. Is it? Oh, right.
I'm just like,
Throws it out the door.
it's like,
All right, it's coming at 12. Everyone stand around, Mum. She's about to throw the Christmas tree out the
Here
door.
comes the great annual Christmas toss.
yeah, if you mean
She made it 2 meters last year. Let's see if she can go for 2.5.
Can she beat it? She's had 4 gins.
yeah, if you're referring to 12 midday, then yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I'm like, man, I haven't been able to sneak away from my Christmas Day nap yet, and the Christmas tree's already gone. It's like, I mean,
Throw it through my car window.
I'm cool to move past to the stress of Christmas as much as the next guy, but whoa,
That's a pretty good tradition.
Oh, I don't even want to answer my question like that.
Yeah, I know. I was going to tell her like a little story.
I was
but-
about to say how dysfunctional I was. I can't beat that.
Okay, let's move on.
I think it's because we need that extra half day of the tree being trucked in the garden so it can resprout to use for next year.
Jesus Christ.
I love that. I'll turn up at your house this year at 12 o'clock.
Yeah, I'll just be like, sorry guys, it's already gone.
I'm going to be sitting
We must have it started at 8 this year. What?
You got to check this morning, man. I'll just bolt out of Mum's place. Like, where are you going? I've got to go to the great Christmas tree
It's
toss.
like-
Oh, you've got no idea. I'll swing you by KFC on the way over.
Damn it, slept in, I missed it.
Yeah. I'm gutted. That's amazing. Okay, let's get back to the movie. As we see in the film, Kathryn Hahn is pretty loose and promiscuous, I guess is the best way to describe it, and she's inherited that from her mum, who used to be the roadie for REO Speedwagon for 15 years, but still knows how to party. I want to know from you guys, which one do you reckon's had the most trips to the clinic?
Well, I reckon Susan Sarandon's had the most STDs, but I don't think she's going to no clinic. So I'm going to say, Kathryn Hahn.
Carla,
Because,
Kathryn Hahn, yeah.
she wants to be responsible.
Yeah.
Like she says.
Yeah, but if ISIS goes to the clinic 10% of the time, every time, that's still a lot more than how often Carla would go to the clinic.
Okay.
Sure. Trying to sound intelligent here, listeners.
Yeah, that is it every time.
I personally thought it would have been Catherine Hahn because we see what she does for a job.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
And I found out that what's the name of the place that she works in?
Oh, it's
Who
called
cares?
it's like Oasis or something.
Yeah, whatever the name is, it means butt. So it means the butt clinic.
Really?
Yeah.
Did you just make that up?
No, I read about it today. I was like, oh, I'm gonna read some interesting trivia. She
You
works
read?
at the butt clinic?
You
Yeah,
looked
yeah.
up trivia on this movie?
I bought your
the
book, but
fuck is
I bought
this
your
dude?
book, Sam, but I was like super disappointed. Where's the fucking pictures?
Oh, you wanted the pop-up version.
yeah, what the fuck?
Machu's still trying to find out who Jack is.
Let's not talk about that.
Sorry, that's a bit raw.
Anywho, that moves us over to Matiu for his questions.
Okay, so question number 17. So during the movie, Kiki takes her mum to the family counselling clinic. So if you took your own mum to the family counselling clinic because, hey, you thought the relationship was dysfunctional, what would you tell your mum?
I would tell my mum, why did you have 5 kids? Because I have 3 kids, and that's 3 too many.
3 too many. Hey, Tapsil, we didn't have a Tapsilfano earmuffs.
At least this way, you're not going, it's too many, and all of them are going, I wonder if I'm the one that he actually wanted.
Yeah.
At least this way, they all know that their dad definitely didn't want them.
They're equally unwanted.
Welcome back to 3 sad men and their 3 sad dads. There we go. There's the podcast. There's 3 sad dads.
When they outnumber you, you hate them all.
And no, I love you kids.
Sure. I'd start having a conversation with her about how she needs to be, like, sort of stop being mean about my friends, because she's always going on about, like, how stupid they are, and, like, sure, they're morons, but who else would watch this movie with me and willingly talk about it? So, fair enough. Okay, cool. Right, next question there, Machu.
Okay, Amy's mum just spends a lot of money in this film, so how rich is she?
I think we've been over it. She's just loaded. She must be loaded. Like, must be old, like Rockefeller or, like Vanderbilt sort of money. One of those old school American, almost royalty.
Yeah, it is up there, royalty. Rich.
Yeah,
Royal
yeah,
rich.
like American version of royalty rich.
Yeah, I mean, she's kind of got that demeanour of somebody who's used to making the decisions and getting what she wants. So I think she's something like a federal prosecutor or judge or something like that.
Ooh.
And she's made a lot of money in real estate on the side, maybe.
Because she's Ruth Bader Ginsburg.
Well, yeah, she does mention that at one point. Yeah. And, I mean,
this movie's starting to get interesting.
No, it's not.
Still a 3,000.
Yeah. And Hank probably does something as well. I don't know what. Maybe he's an accountant.
No, I reckon he owns like
That's why
a
it's so interesting.
boat sales or like a business.
Yeah.
Like a scaffolding company or something.
It's to be honest, it's probably a business that doesn't make any money.
Yeah, probably. Probably a front. Yeah. Anyway, last question there from Machu. What is it?
In the film, all the mums learn something from their experience. So what life lessons will you take from this film and use this Christmas?
For me, it's just like roll around mums, have lunch, listen to the same yarns that we've heard every Christmas, and then go home again. Like, compared to what these people have to put up with in this, it's a cakewalk. So it actually makes me appreciate the fact that our Christmases are really simple. No one's throwing trees out of the house. It's real easy. It's just real easy.
But everyone's eating KFC.
But I mean, it is. It's just simple. Like, we don't know caroling. You don't know that shit. No decorations. Have you seen our tree? We went and got some cheap tree and we lined it with seashells. We didn't even pay for decoration. How easy was that? Stacey did it all.
There's no old woman looking at your house and going, "Oh, you're a disgrace, Sam."
Yeah, exactly.
Tutting.
And put some dirt on your driveway. Come on.
Yeah, it's like, and if I'm showing up at like mum's place and she's like, oh, sorry I didn't have much time buying presents. I've been real busy. She's not poking me in the stomach going, oh, clearly not at the gym. There's none of that shit.
Yeah,
She probably will do that,
My
actually.
family
What do I
didn't
say?
care about like buying presents at all, apparently.
Yeah, that's true. You're too hard to buy for, Machu.
Yeah, I mean, Christmas is stressful. I think it's just worth delegating it to a Ruth type person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And just like, mosey on through to those sweet days between Christmas and New Year.
Oh, they're the best,
I
aren't
saw
they?
you. I saw you in the mall. Like, was it yesterday or the day before? And you said that Sarah has to buy all the presents. Have you already delegated Christmas, including the Christmas toss?
Yeah, the
of
tree toss. you delegated it.
Maybe. To be fair, I did some gardening today. And to be honest, yesterday I did protest about going to the mall. I made a real half-hearted effort of just waiting in the car, but I didn't.
Okay.
If somebody wanted to buy me a Christmas present, I don't even know what I want, so how the hell am I supposed to know what anybody else wants?
Yeah.
It's not a talent that I have, so I'm accepting of that, and I delegated.
The things I really want to buy, my wife doesn't agree with. So, hang on, wait. Okay.
Yeah, you can't get another fucking
For her?
Stan Lee signed
Do you
comic.
mean for her?
Exactly it.
Do you mean for her or for you?
Oh, for me, yeah. I send her the links to things that I want to buy, and she's like, "I'm not getting you a prostitute." So, I'm joking. Anywho, back to the movie. Let's move on to Three Sad Dads and go back to the film. This question is also an Emily Higgins question. See, this was the first thing I thought of in this film is when Christine Baranski shows up as Mila Kunis's mum, and then Peter Gallagher, aka Eyebrows Man, and stuck-up whitey woman, they show up, and they're supposedly Mila Kunis's parents. And I was like, this doesn't make sense. I want to know from you guys, how do these two have Mila Kunis?
She's like in real life, she's like a Ukrainian look
She's
about
Ukrainian.
her.
She's, yeah, so, yeah.
And like, she's amazingly beautiful, and she just doesn't look like her mum is like. Yeah, no, I mean
blonde, blue-eyed.
but just her features are just absolutely stunning,
Yeah.
and I'm sorry, but
Christine Baranski.
yeah, they
Very sharp and pointy.
Yeah, but pretty sharp and pointy. Like if she was a witch, I wouldn't be surprised. Like she was riding around on a broom, I'd be like, oh yeah, I get it.
Maybe it's just the whole halfway situation.
Yeah, and Hahu or Mahu, whichever one you want to go with.
Mank.
Mank. Well, yeah, Mank.
That's implying he's a
Minky
man,
Yeah, true.
which he's not.
Yeah. I mean, he's got a good head of hair on him. What else has he got? He's got a good voice.
Good set of eyebrows.
Yeah, his eyebrows, yeah. But she's got quite thick eyebrows for a girl. Like, they're prominent.
Yeah, but it's, I don't know.
They don't go half up her forehead, too. That's
true, exactly.
They aren't 3 inches in height.
A quarter of them don't grow into a hairline. So what, you're reckoning it's possible?
It's not possible. But why even try? Why even try use those two?
Yeah, Susan Sarandon would have made a better option as her mum.
Yeah, I mean Susan. Oh, I don't know.
Like Susan Sarandon's got like a bit of range as well. Like she's an actual like.
Who would be the parents? And like who could you think there would be come across as quite good
God
ones?
damn it! This is racist. Vin Diesel.
Vin Diesel. Yeah. I
He's
reckon.
what, probably 10 years older?
What about you, Kahu? What do you reckon? Who do you reckon? Or how do you
See, I reckon every now and then, maybe once a year or maybe once every 3 years, Ruth just gets blind, madly drunk.
It's probably every month.
I'm hearing you.
And some
porter named Jesus.
yeah, I was going to say some pool guy somewhere is the actual father.
Named Vin Diesel.
Yeah. So,
Jay Hernandez.
well, yeah, why not? Yeah.
The thing is, I can't imagine Christine Baranski knowing ever how to have fun. Like, that's just not in her at all. So, like, yeah, that was my first thing. It was like, oh, maybe she got real drunk and slept with the pool guy, the postman, or some dude down the street. I don't know.
Yeah, probably because
Who has time to have an affair nowadays?
Probably
Where do you
'cause
find fucking time?
Hank probably did something like, I don't know, forgot to iron her pajamas one night. And she was like, that's it.
Yeah.
I'm going to the pool guy.
I'm
Yeah.
out. I'm
Yeah,
off
yeah,
having
yeah.
an
Maybe
affair.
one day he didn't carry all the bags up the stairs.
Yeah,
and someone else
I'll
did.
teach you a lesson.
Yeah.
I'll carry your bags, girl.
It's a great question, and I'll use this time to say a special thanks to Emily Higgins for sending us that question. I mean, and thanks to Emily, because she's probably going to be the only person to listen to this podcast, because it's legitimately a film that no one's seen. Anyway, yeah, fuck this movie. Should we move on? Should we do the wrap up? What do you reckon?
Yeah, like, honestly, listen to this podcast, which you've already done because we're at the end, but don't watch the movie.
Yes, absolutely. That's what we've got to say about this.
But I will use this time to say thank you to these guys for all the help they've done this year in producing a podcast when we haven't had much in the way of new films. I think Bad Boys for Life is potentially the only new movie we've done together this year. I mean, there's like Palm Springs, which you did with Liz and stuff like that, but there's not been a lot. Holiday, yeah. Oh, there was other people, but thank you to all of our listeners as well for sticking with us over these times. I mean, it is hard to do, the episodes on new movies when no one's going to see them, and who really cares? I guess the question. Tenet, yeah, wow.
Bill and Ted,
that's
Shit like that.
right, yeah.
There's a new film that came out this year, apparently. But happy holidays to everyone as well that is listening to this, and thanks for all your support and everything, especially our Patreons. You guys are the best. You guys have seen that I threw out some questions there to you guys over Patreon for an Ask Me Anything that me and Stacey will be doing, so you guys should send us over some questions for that. That will be this month's bonus Patreon episode. We will be doing an episode on Wonder Woman 84 that comes out on Boxing Day.
Woo, a movie.
A new mainstream comic book movie. Cannot wait.
Cinema.
At the cinema. We'll be able to go to the movies. I'm going to see which one of these guys wants to do it. We'll do that. After that, we're going to have some special guests. If you want to get in contact with us over this time, you can find us on Twitter at Movie Reviews In, or send us an email at mritqs@gmail.com. Alternatively, you can find us on Facebook at Movie Reviews in 20Qs. That I will announce in the new year. But anyway, that's thanks for me.
Chip.
Have a good break, people. A cornucopia of creative content.
And a cornucopia of copious content.
He posted an cornucopia of
A cornetto of creative content.
Chris Cornella.
Costa Concordia of creative content.
Next up, also a Patreon question, comes courtesy of Dave Baker. Dave also has his own Patreon. On it, he creates and posts a cornucopia of creative content, ranging... Fuck's sake, come on, man.
And a cornucopia.
Jesus, fuck.
And a cappella of
I don't know what's so funny about cornucopia, but it's a fucking... I'm going to have to delete cornucopia. Dave, this is making the outtakes, bro, but for some reason...
An accordion of creative content.
The Concord of creative content.
Next question comes courtesy of the amazing Dave Baker, who posts a coprophilia of creative...
Why have we not talked about this before? We've just let it slide the whole time.
Oh, shit. Yeah, fuck. Might have to choose a new word.
I'm going to have to. Whew, okay. Moves. Okay. Moves us over to question number 4, also a Patreon question. Oh, I can't do this. Oh, deep breaths. Moves us over to question number 4, also. On it, he posts a ton of... I've gone fucking hilarious. Oh, fucking hell.